Welcome everyone to the complete PHP beginner course. This course consists of different classes like how to run the PHP program in the Visual Studio Code using XAMPP control panel, and also we are going to discuss about the concepts like variables, data types, conditional statement, loops. At last we are going to discuss about post and get method in PHP. So this course is very useful for the beginners who are trying to learn PHP for the first time. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to the first class. In today's class we are going to discuss about introduction to PHP. So PHP is a popular server-side scripting language used for web development. And also you can see the full form for PHP. So full form is nothing but hypertext preprocessor, and then you can see the PHP is designed to be embedded into HTML. You can embed the PHP program inside the HTML. Also, the PHP is a powerful tool for creating dynamic and interactive website. So if you want to create your website to be more responsive, you have to use PHP. So also you can see PHP is an interpreted language. So it will check the output line by line. At last you can see PHP was created by Rasmus Lertoft in 1994. So this is the introduction to PHP. So after that we are going to discuss about advantages of PHP. So the first advantage is open source. So PHP is an open source. So everyone can access the PHP source code. And then second one is easy to learn. So PHP has the same syntax similar to other programming languages. So that's why it is easy to learn. After that you can see the third advantage, that is flexible and scalable. You can use PHP for building any websites of any size, from personal blogs to large scale e-commerce platform. So it is very flexible. You can create small website and also large website using PHP. So these are all the advantages. So after that we are going to discuss about disadvantages of PHP. So the first one is the performance concern. So PHP is very slower compared to other server-side languages. So that's the first disadvantage. It is very slower. After that you can see the second disadvantage, that is security vulnerabilities. So PHP code can be manipulated by the hackers. So by creating any cross-site scripting attacks, the PHP is very vulnerable. So and then you can see the third disadvantage, that is limited modularity. So PHP cannot be used for very large projects. So that's the limited modularity. So these are all the disadvantages of PHP. So after that we are going to discuss about the applications that can be created using PHP. So the first one is the content management system. For example, the WordPress, it is an content management system. And then you can see the e-commerce platform like WooCommerce, Magneto. So these are all the websites that can be created using PHP. After that you can see the applications like Facebook, Wikipedia, Yahoo. And then you can see the services like API, REST, SOAP. So these can be created using PHP. At last we are going to discuss about job opportunities when you learn PHP. So if you learn PHP, you can achieve the jobs like PHP web developer, PHP backend developer, and then PHP freelance developer. So these are all the job opportunities you can achieve when you learn PHP. So that's it guys. In today's class we are discuss about the introduction to PHP. In the upcoming class we are going to discuss about how to run our first PHP program in Visual Studio Code. In today's class we are going to discuss about how to run the PHP program in our computer. For running the PHP program there are many IDE. You can choose the IDE like NetBeans, Visual Studio Code, Eclipse and CodeLight. I am going to select Visual Studio Code for running the PHP program. So you need to open the VS Code and then you need to download the VS Code for your computer. So you can select Windows. So after that you need to download XAMPP for running the PHP server. So for that you need to type XAMPP download and then you need to open the official website. So in that you have to select the first option, that is the 64-bit. So after the download is completed, you need to install the XAMPP. After that, you need to open the XAMPP control panel. So in that, you need to start the Apache server. So you need to start the Apache server. You can see the Apache is running in your computer. Green shows that there is no error for running the Apache server. So after that, you need to open the Windows C and then you need to open the XAMPP folder. In that, you need to search for HD docs and then you need to open the folder, that is the HD docs. So in that, you need to create a new folder for running our PHP program. For that, you need to type the folder name. I'm going to type PHP. After creating the folder, you need to open that folder using the VS Code. So for that, you need to right click and then you have to select VS Code. So after opening the VS Code, you need to create new PHP file. For that, you need to select file option and then you need to type the file name. So you can type your own file name. I'm going to type sample.php. So PHP is the extension. So we have successfully created new file for our PHP. So now we are going to discuss about how to run our PHP program. So first you need to type PHP. So that's the starting syntax. And then you need to type echo for printing the output in the web page. So you need to type echo. Inside the quotation, you need to type the string. And then you need to put semicolon to end the statement. So this is the syntax for PHP. So you need to open your browser for your output. So for that, you need to open the browser and then you need to type localhost. You need to type localhost and then you need to type the folder of your project. So my folder is PHP. So I'm going to type PHP. You need to type the folder name. So I'm going to type PHP / and then the file name of the PHP, that is sample.php. So after that, you can see the output is successfully generated in the web page. So this is how you can run your PHP program in the web page using the XAMPP. So that's it guys. We have discussed about how to run our first PHP program in the web browser using XAMPP. Welcome everyone to the second class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about variables in PHP. So variables are nothing but it is a container which stores the data. So that's the simple definition for variables. So you need to type the comments inside the PHP tag. Then only the comment is executed. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create variables in PHP. For creating the variables, you need to type the symbol $. And then you need to type the name of the variable, that is name, equal to, and then you need to type the value, that is Arun. Arun is the value. So name is the container which stores the value Arun. So this is how you can create variables. If you want to print the variable, you have to type echo $name. So name is nothing but the variable. So you need to open the web page for the output. So you can see the output, Arun is successfully generated. So this is how you can create variables in PHP. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about data types in PHP. So there are many data types, but we are going to discuss about int, float and string. How to create integer data type and float data type and string data type in PHP. For creating the variables, you need to type the $sign. In PHP, you don't need to type the data type. It automatically assigns the data type. Like Python, the PHP also assigns the data type. So the first one is the integer data type. $a equal to 10 is nothing but integer data type. So after that, we are going to create the second data type, that is string data type. $b equal to hello world. Inside the double quotation, you need to type the string. So it is considered as string data type. And then we are going to create a third data type, that is float. So you need to type $c equal to 20.4. It is nothing but float data type. So this is how you can create data types in PHP. You don't need to type the data types in PHP. It automatically assigns. So after that, if you want to print the variables, you have to type echo. Echo is for printing the variables. So A is nothing but integer data type, and you have to type the second, that is $B. $B is the string data type, and $C, that is float data type. So after that you need to type break command for printing the output in the new line. For that you need to type .br tag. So if you don't type br, the output will generate in the same line. For that only you have to use br for creating the output in the next line. So .br for creating the output in the next line. So after that you have to open the web page for your output. So you have to reload, and then you can see the data types integer, string and float. Also, if you want to find the data type, you can use var_dump function. So var_dump function will find the data type for your variable. So you have to type var_dump of, and then you need to type the variable, that is a. We are going to find the a variable data type. So you have to open the website, and then you can see int. So we are successfully find the data type using var_dump function. So that's it everyone. In today's class we have discussed about data types in PHP. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about operators in PHP. There are many operators. So first we are going to discuss about arithmetic operator. So plus, minus, division, multiplication, increment and decrement. So these are all the arithmetic operators in PHP. So we are going to discuss that one by one. First we are going to create variables. So $A equal to 10 and $B equal to 5. So these two are integer variables. And then we are going to print the output using echo. You have to type echo $A plus $B. So if you don't type dollar, it will show an error. For that only, every time if you create a variable, you have to type $sign. So BR is for creating the output in the next line. So you have to change the symbol A minus B, A into B, A divided by B, A modulo B. So divide gives quotient as an output and modulo give remainder as an output. So A++ is nothing but post increment. So in PHP we cannot create pre-increment. So if I try to create pre-increment, you can see the error message. So PHP does not allow pre-increment. Only post increment can be available in the PHP. For that you need to change to post decrement. So these are all the arithmetic operators in PHP. So you need to open the web page and then you have to reload, and then you can see the output. So the first one is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulus, and last two are post increment and post decrement. In post increment the value of A only printed. So that's the difference between post increment and pre-increment. In pre-increment, incremented value will be printed in the output. But in post increment, only value of A will be printed. So after the next line, the value of A will be incremented. That value will be present in the output of pre-decrement. A becomes, that is, the A becomes 11. That value will be generated as an output for decrement, that is post decrement, A minus minus. So you have to remember the concept of post decrement and post increment. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about if-else conditional statements. So if-else is nothing but it is a block of codes which can be executed when the condition is satisfied. So we are going to see an example for if-else conditional statement in PHP. For that I am going to create two variables. First you need to type $A equal to 10. So that's the first variable, and then $B equal to 5. So that's the second variable. and then I'm going to use if condition. Inside that you need to type the condition $A greater than $B. So if the condition is satisfied, then if will be generated as an output, that is A is greater than B. So after that, if the if condition is not satisfied, then else will be printed. So in else you can type A is not greater than B. So if two conditions are not satisfied, if you want to create more conditions, you have to type else if. So you have to type else if, and then you have to type the condition $A equal to $B. So it is nothing but A is equal to B. So you need to know about the else if syntax. In some of the programming languages, there can be some space between else if, but in PHP there will be no space. So based on the condition, any one of the block will be executed. You can see the output A is greater than B, because A value is 10. If I change the value to 20 in B and try to run the code, and you can see the output A is not greater than B. So if I change to 10, you can see the output A is equal to B. So based on the condition, we can run if else and else if. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about switch in PHP. It is an alternate to if else conditional statement. So switch is also a conditional statement. So for that, we are going to see an example. First, I am going to create the variable day equal to 2. And then you need to type the syntax of switch. So for that, first you need to type the keyword switch. Inside the bracket, you need to type the variable, that is day. So after that, you need to type the curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets, we are going to type cases. So you can create many cases based on your program. So first I am going to create case 1. So if the condition of case 1 is satisfied, then the echo will print Monday. And then you need to type break. So if you don't type break, other cases will be printed in the output. For that only you need to type break. So after that I am going to create the second case. So inside that I am going to print Tuesday. And then you need to type break statement. If the condition is satisfied, then that output will be printed. Also you can type the default case. So default is nothing but if other cases are not satisfied, then default will print the output. So we are going to print invalid day. Also you have to type break. So this is how you can create switch in PHP. So this is the syntax. First we have created the day, value is 2. We know that the case 2 will be printed in the output because the value case 2 is same as the day value 2. You can see the output in the web page, Tuesday. So if I change the value to any other values like 1 and try to run the code, you can see the output Monday. So if I type any other invalid day, then the output of default will be printed, that is invalid day. So that's it guys. In today's class, we have discussed about switch in PHP. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about loops in PHP. So first we are going to discuss about while loop. So loops are very important in programming languages. For example, if I want to print hello world for 10 times, for default I am going to type echo hello world for 10 times. For this problem, the loops are introduced in PHP. So loops are based on some condition. If the condition is satisfied, then the loop will be executed in the output. So first we are going to discuss about the while loop. So using the while loop, we are going to print hello world for 10 times. For that, first you need to create the variable using $A equal to hello world. So it is considered as string data type. And then you have to create the dollar for starting value, that is I equal to 1. And then you need to type the keyword, that is the while. And then you have to type the condition. The condition is very, very important in loop. So the condition is I less than 10 or equal to 10. Based on your starting value, you can type your condition. So in that you have to type the $sign. If you don't type the $sign, the output will show error message. So after that, we are going to print the hello world for 10 times. For that, you need to type echo. For printing the hello world 10 times, you have to type echo. So you can also type your string or you can type your variable. It is your own choice. So I am going to type the string dot br. Br is nothing but break. It will generate the output in the new line. So inside the quotation, you need to type br. Also, you need to increment the I value. Then only your output will print hello world for 10 times. For that, you need to type $i++. So this is how you can create while loop in PHP. So the condition is I less than or equal to 10. The value of I is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied. Then hello world will be printed. Then the value of I will be incremented to 2. 2 less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied. Again the hello world will be printed second time. Then the value of I will be incremented to 3. And the condition is 3 less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied. Hello world will be printed for the third time. Up to 10, the condition is satisfied. The 10 times hello world will be printed. Then the value of I will be incremented to 11. When the value of I will be 11, the condition is not satisfied because 11 is not less than 10. Then the loop will be exit. So that's the concept of loops in PHP. So that's the concept of loop in programming languages. So if I run the code, so you can see the output in the web page. Hello world, hello world, hello world for 10 times. So based on the condition, the hello world is printed 10 times. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about for loop. In previous class, we have discussed about while loop. So using the for loop, we are going to print hello world for 10 times. So first you need to type the syntax for. You have to type the keyword for. Inside the bracket, you have to type the starting value. $i equal to 0 or 1. You can type your own starting value. And then you have to type the condition I less than or equal to 10. And then you have to type the incrementation. That is I++. $i++. So value of I is 1. Then the condition is satisfied because I less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied. Then the value will be incremented 1 by 1. So inside the for loop, we are going to print the hello world for 10 times. For that, you need to type echo. And then you have to type the hello world. So you can type the variable itself or you can type the string. It is your own choice. So I'm going to type the $a dot br. Br is nothing but it will print the output in the next line. So if I open the web page for output, you can see the output as hello world printed in 10 times. So that's it guys. In today's class, we have discussed about for loop in PHP. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about break and continue in PHP. So break will exit the loop. Continue will skip the particular value in the loop. So that's the difference between break and continue. For that, we are going to see an example using the for loop. You have to type the syntax. You have to type the starting value and then condition and then increment. So if the value of I becomes 3, then we will exit the loop using break. So you have to type break. And then you have to open the web page for output. You can see the output 1 and 2. So if the value of I becomes 3, then we will exit the loop. So I am going to change to 4 and then run the output. You can see 1, 2, 3. So if the value of I becomes 4, then the loop will be exit using the break. After that, we are going to discuss about continue. So continue is nothing but it will skip the loop. So if I run the code, you can see all the output based on the condition satisfaction. Then the particular 4 value will be skipped. So that's it guys. In today's class, we have discussed about break and continue. Break will exit the loop. Continue will skip the particular value in the loop. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about array in PHP. So array is one of the data type that can store the elements. So for that, we are going to see an example how to create array in PHP. First, you need to type the dollar and then you have to type the array name, that is A, and then you have to type the keyword array of, inside the bracket you have to type the values. We are going to create integer data type array. So this is how you can create array in PHP. So this is the syntax. Array, you need to type the keyword array. So after that, we are going to discuss about how to create array for dissimilar data type. First, we are going to create integer and then we are going to create string, that is hello 20.5. So that's the float. So it is nothing but dissimilar data type array, different data type element. So array is based on the index concept. So if you want to access any elements in the array, you have to know about the index concept. So index start from 0 and then goes up to the element value. So 10 is the 0th index, 20 is the first, 30 is the second. Also 10 is the 0th index, hello is the first, and 20.5 is the third. So if I want to print 10 in the array, integer array, you have to type the index position in the echo. So you have to type echo $a of index position, that is 0. So you have to open the web page. You can see the output 10. So this is how you can print the single element in the array. So if I want to print 30, you have to type the index position, that is 2. So you can see the output 30. Also, you can access the value of second array. You have to type the index position 1. So if I run the code, you can see the output hello. So if you want to print all the elements in the array, you have to use loops. For that, we are going to use the for loop. First, you need to type the starting value I equal to 0. And then you have to type the condition, that is I less than or equal to a, and then increment. So inside the for loop, we can print the output using $a of $i. It will print the element one by one. So in PHP, if you want to print all the elements in the array, you have to use the function count. So you have to type I less than or equal to count of $a. Then only the output will be printed in PHP. So you have to run the code. So you can see 10, 20, 30. So you can see the warning sign. If you want to remove the warning sign, you have to change the condition. So you have to change the condition I less than or equal to I less than equal to count. You can see the warning is removed. So that's it guys. In today's class, we are discuss about array in PHP. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the differences between post and get method in PHP. So first, we are going to discuss about post. So if you want to add any new element or update any new element in the form, you have to use post method. Also, it is very secure. So it is very secure than get method. And then second, that is get. So get is useful for if you want to fetch any values from the form, you have to use get method. Also, get is very less secure than post. So we are going to see an example. For that, we are going to create new file, that is index.html file. So in that, you have to type html:5. It will print the default tags for you. So you don't need to type the default tags. So inside the body tag, we are going to create form. For that, you have to type the form tag and then you have to type action. So for action, you have to type the name of the PHP file, that is sample.php. And then you have to type the method. First, we are going to discuss about post method for updating or adding any new values. So inside the form, we are going to create paragraph So you can type name, that's your own choice, colon, input. So we are going to type the input type, that is text. So if you want to type any name, it will be considered as text. After that, we are going to create the second paragraph, that is gender. You can type your own form. So for basic, I am just creating 2 paragraph. For basic only, I have created 2 paragraph, name and gender. So after that, I am going to print submit button. So you have to type input type equal to button or submit. You can type submit. So you have to type the value. So value will be submit, or you can type your own value. I am going to type submit. So this is how you can create form in HTML. So you have to type the form. Inside that, you have to type the PHP file, and then you have to type the method, that is post method, for adding the values. So the values are name and gender. So we have just created 2 paragraph, name and gender. The type will be text, and then you need to type the submit button. So in the PHP, you have to type the code for post method. So you have to create echo, and then you need to type the $, underscore, and then you need to type the method, that is post. After that, you need to type square bracket. Inside that, you need to create name for the input type. So you have to type the name for the input type. That name will be useful for the post. Also, you have to type the name value for gender also. So you have to copy that, and then you have to paste inside the quotation. And then you need to type dot br. So br is for printing the next output in the new line. So this is for the first name, that is the name, and then you have to copy the gender name and paste that inside the quotation. So we have just created post for 2 values, name and gender. So you have to open the file. So you have to open the index.html file. So you have to type local php and then index.html. So you can see the form. You have to type the name and then gender, male, and then you have to type submit. So you can see the PHP file, sample.php. So in that you can see the output, Arun and male. Also in the URL you can see there is no value present. There is no value like Arun and male, because the PHP post is very secure than PHP get. So after that we are going to discuss about get method. For that you need to change the method to get. So you have to type get. So other codes are same, and then you need to change the post to get. You have to type get. So after that you need to open the browser, and then you have to open the index.html file, and then you have to type the name, and then you have to type gender. So after that you have to type submit. So you can see the output, but in the URL you can see the value like Arun and male. So that's why get is very less secure than post method. So that's it guys. In today's class we are discuss about post and get method in PHP. So post is useful for updating or adding any values in the form, and it is very secure than get method. And get is useful for fetching the output, and is also very less secure because the value will be presented in the URL.